And next up, we have a designation for our corporate, for minority businesses that have been sponsored by a corporation because of their ability to do contracts nationally, and we call that Corporate Plus. Our Corporate Plus member, Sue Bhatia, is here with us today. So Sue, would you introduce yourself and then be prepared to ask your question?
Yes, thank you, Adrian. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank the White House and MSDC for this opportunity to have this discussion today. It's an honor to represent the mid-sized companies of this country. My name is Sue Bhatia, and I'm the chairwoman and founder of Rose International. I've dedicated the last 27 years of my life raising a family in St. Louis, Missouri, and building a successful staffing company serving America's workforce needs. Rose has been responsible for getting America back to work to the tune of over 10,000 workers every year, engaging with Fortune 500 and state governments. Today, we operate in all 50 states, and our focus is 100% on putting America back to work. And Rose International has been partnered with the White House for the 2018 initiative called Pledge to America's Workers. So in this difficult COVID-19 situation, Rose International is feeling the effects of the economic downturn, as all of us are. And there are thousands of companies like us, a few that I've even spoken to that fall into this category, that have not been addressed or supported by Congress's stimulus efforts. The stimulus efforts have addressed small businesses and very large businesses. The mid-sized companies, such as Rose International, have not had any stimulus funding. This mid-sized category represents a critical segment of the American economy and cannot be ignored. If you use Rose International as an example, stimulus money would position us in the best way possible to keep us at the forefront in our combined mission to get America back to work. Rose has successfully pivoted to work-at-home model and remains fully committed to meeting the future head-on. I'm looking forward to a spirited discussion today. And with that, I'll ask my question from you, Paul. And, we're all anticipating a bounce back at some point at the end of this. And when that happens, our mission will be to get Americans back to work quickly and efficiently. America's staffing companies, such as Rose International, put people back to work in a matter of days when traditional hiring practices take weeks, sometimes months. So Rose International and other mid-sized companies want to be ready to meet this hiring needs of our country and when that moment arrives. Is there an opportunity to partner with the White House, like we did with the Pledge to America's Workers, to make sure we recover from this downturn as quickly as possible?
Most definitely. We will need your help and the help of others like you. And first of all, let me thank you for making that initial point. We've heard that from a lot of folks, right? That the stimulus, the relief, the aid focused on small businesses and very large. But you're right, there was a big swath of businesses in the middle that got, I don't know if the word is ignored, but we're not as helped as others. And that's unfortunate because you're right. Very, very important segment of the economy that you just referenced. We will absolutely need your help, no question. What I would actually, if you don't mind, I might respond by also asking you a question. What do you think the challenges are? You were saying normally you could staff people, 2 to 3 days, you can get them placed. Do you see that still being the case under COVID, or will, should we as the federal government expect staffing even for open businesses to take longer than we've become used to in the past? What do you
That's a great question, Paul. We are actually capable to do it as fast as before. So okay. When our engine is up and running, our people are working at home as efficiently and even more productive than before. Yeah. Because they don't have to get ready and drive to work.
Right.
Activity has certainly increased for us. However, our clients, which is a lot of corporate America, are all feeling very cautious at this time in their spending and really realigning with the changes that are going on. And we did not have a lot of airline clients, but we did have one where they couldn't afford to keep any of the workforce. But then, that's the beauty of being diversified and having access to such a range of different industries in our portfolio that, we're very well diversified. That helps a lot. So our clients, I feel, are really cautious at this time, and the slowdown is really coming from their realigning their initiatives. So our volume, we are seeing it down quite a bit. But again, like I said, the capability remains strong, and we're able to ramp up as soon and as quickly as needed.
That's great. And so you think, though, that there are people waiting to be placed. There's just not necessarily places to put them at this moment, as opposed to not enough people even waiting to be placed.
In fact, we have much larger pool of talent available now to choose from.
That's great.
So, and we've been upskilling and reskilling and getting people ready to work for higher level positions. And as automation takes over and more jobs get automated right after this, I feel like we're very well positioned to bring jobs back, and we're at the forefront of that. And I feel like corporate America and the economy needs the staffing engine and the staffing companies like ourselves. And we're mid-sized. We, grew from scratch from the basement of my home to where we're hiring 10,000 every year. So this is something that we have to preserve and certainly make sure that it continues. So that's why I brought that question up.
No, I appreciate it. And this is something I'll say to really any participant on the Zoom today. Let us hear that message more, that people are ready to get back to work, because believe it or not, we hear from a lot of people that, no, even if you open the businesses tomorrow, folks won't come back. People are scared, and they are. We understand there many are. But to hear that there are plenty of people, maybe even more, as you were saying, ready to jump right back in, I think that will give us encouragement to, push forward on our reopening guidelines, maybe even, encourage some states to move along a little faster, things along those lines. So any of these stories, anecdotes would be hugely helpful for us to hear.